All right. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. Just want to go into an exhortation, man. As we come into the time, the Passover. This is a very, solemn time. It's a very spiritual time. It's a time of reflection. A time to separate, from this world as much as possible. A time of reflection. And just a time to, make adjustments in the spirit. Going into, this is our actual New Year, the time of our New Year going into this time. And it's a time of a reset. It's a good time to reset, recalibrate ourselves in the spirit. And one of the things I just want to, exhort, you brothers, all right, and you sisters, to just, keep being dedicated, keep being dedicated, keep becoming the kingdom, stay dedicated, and keep becoming the kingdom, just meditating on how, we do these live streams, um, and you see, the same people, the same brothers, adding, a few new here and there, but you see the same brothers growing, adding to the live streams, you see, the same sisters, saluting, and even you sisters that don't salute, that watch, Yahweh Shemal Shah is watching everything, your dedication is not going, unnoticed, because that's, up to your preference, whether you want to do that or not. But either way, the dedication is not going unnoted, and that dedication is leading to something great. The dedication, because you look at all, when you look at brothers' live screens and all the brothers, you see, the congregation, pretty much, we're all familiar with each other, man. Most of us, so many live screens and so many, brothers got platforms, that, it'd be different. Some, but for the most part, you become familiar. And one thing that, that that's an ingredient, to create something great, is consistency. Consistency is a key ingredient, and to creating anything that's great, that's anything that's set up for longevity, it takes a lot of consistency, man. You know, and the Lord, is taking note of these things, man. You know, and Lord will, we're rewarded. Lord will, we endure to the end. And the reason why we're so dedicated because, hey, Lord willing, if we are that elect, you know, our pure minds are being stirred up, okay, by this word. And we're gonna go into it. Let me go into it. I want to get a definition too. 2 Peter 3:1. It said, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance." Okay, so he's writing this to Israelite foreigners, in which we was all Israelite foreigners. He's writing this to our people that was Hellenized, man. You know, and us in this modern time being westernized, we're in the same predicament, all right, as those Israelites that fell away from who they were, okay, through what? That Greco-Roman culture. Okay, we're in that new, okay, Rome, which is America, all right, NATO, EU, those, these Western nations, which this is the culture that dominates the earth is Western culture, and it's just a modern form of Hellenization. And since our pure minds have been stirred up, hey, we become truly dedicated. I'm talking about the sincere believers, man. All right, not these Israelites who just know they're Israelites, but they're still niggas and nigga women. I'm talking about the sincere believers, man, the sheep of Yahushua. Our pure minds were stirred up, and then it activated a dedication, man. One thing, you can fake a lot of things, man, but you can't fake dedication, man. One thing, when I used to work at the steel plant, and I was in supervisor position, manager position. And one of the ways I could tell, if someone was serious or not, okay, by their consistency. Because Jake come in, put their front on for 2 weeks, you know, and they really start to show who they are. When someone gets comfortable, they show who they are, you know. But one thing about it, man, just seeing the same brothers, so even you sisters, even you sisters that don't comment, this is to you as well, even if you're not seen, but you here, okay. At the end of the day, it don't matter on that, but one thing you can't fake is their dedication, because after a while, someone that's not serious is going to show in their pattern. You're going to start to see them draw back. You're going to start to see them, to dwindle. So it's a good thing, that the Lord still has us all here, man, and we're tapped into this dedication, man. Lord will we endure. The fight is not over. Just a little admonishment, to encourage all of us, man, to keep, showing their dedication, man. This is 2 Peter 3 and 2, and I'll read this in the NLT. It says, I want you to remember what the Holy Prophet said long ago and what our Lord and Savior commanded, all right, through your apostles. Because a lot of things that we've, that are new to us, as we hear these things, all right, this was a part of our culture, like Israelite, when we, before, Yahushua came, they was always looking for a Messiah, and they knew that the Messiah was linked to an everlasting kingdom. They knew these things, they knew about Isaiah 9:6, even if you didn't know, you wasn't, even though everyone wasn't, a doctor of the law, or a lawyer, okay, was a Levite or a priest, which they were skilled in the law, okay. It was common knowledge, when it came to the Messiah. That's why you had the disciples, they was fishermen, but they knew about the Messiah, what they call a layman, someone that, because the Levites, the reason they didn't have to work, because they can get into the scriptures, so they can, be experts in the law, so they can interpret it for situations of judgment, but you need, other, you had, the working class, who wasn't as familiar with the law as the priest, okay, but they had that common knowledge of certain things, man, that there was an everlasting, all right, a kingdom promised to Israel, okay. They understood the promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They understood these things, man. And when Yahushua was preaching it, okay, hey, this is what our people believed in. As Israelite foreigners, when you go into the Church of Corinth, okay, the Church of Colossia, all right, Ephesus, Galatia, all those churches, that the apostle was writing these letters to, the apostle was teaching the kingdom, man, that was promised from the beginning. Okay? So that's why when you, matter of fact, let's just get a couple of examples. We just rolling in the spirit, putting some on wax. All right. Isaiah 9:6, it said, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. The government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Okay, and they understood, okay, that, all right, we're going to get it. I'm going to finish this. It says, of the increase of the government and peace, there shall be no end. So our people understood about a everlasting kingdom. Okay, upon the throne of David, so they knew he would come through that lineage of David, and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Okay, so when you go into the Old Testament, is saturated with a future kingdom for Israel, which will be, all right, brought in by a king that will come through the lineage, all right, of David. Okay, Jeremiah 23 And on 5 it says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. A king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth." Okay? So this was a common theme of the Old Testament that our forefathers, all right, and our foremothers knew. Okay? That's why even when you go into the New Testament, all right, because what was one of the things, that they was calling, all right, um, let's get this. All right, this is a man that was blind. All right, this is Luke 18:35. It says, "And it came to pass that as he was come nigh unto Jericho, a certain blind man sat by the wayside begging. And hearing the multitude pass by, he asked what it meant. And they told him, Yahushua of Nazareth passed by. And he cried, saying, Yahushua, okay, thou son of David, have mercy on me." So this man is a blind beggar. He's not in the loop of he's not a priest. Okay, and then you're a blind beggar. You're kind of outside of society. But when he heard about Yahushua, what did he say? He says, "Thou son, okay, of David." What was he referring to? The prophecies. You see. So we was blind, all right, but we began to believe, okay, based on a kingdom that was promised, man. Okay, and then we started to understand what the kingdom was, and as we go into these things, that's one of my favorite topics. The functioning of a kingdom. I just pray that it be edifying. I can't help but to talk about it. It's just my portion. So um, um, as we learn these things, and now what happens is our dedication increases because we start to see these things, man. We become more dedicated. But going back to the point, man, this was a blind beggar, man, and we was blind beggars, man. We was looking for the truth, but we didn't know what it was, man. So our spirit was begging, all right. And then, hey, we happened to pass by Yahushua via the prophets, man. Everybody got their story how they came in, but pretty much we was introduced to Yahushua, man. Hey, the son of David. Okay, linking back to that everlasting kingdom, man. Okay, so I want to get this because we always go into the word of educate, and when you go into it, with the apostles, and brothers, they bring it out all the time. All right, but when you go into educate, okay, it's a mid 15th century word. All right, and it says to train, okay, or to bring up. All right, and it says when you go into it in the, I want to say this is the French, all right, which educier, all right, educier. Now the suffix x, okay, means to lead, okay, and then you go to let me jump down. Yep, it says all right, it says, for the common statement that the primary sense of education is to draw out or to unfold the powers of the mind. To draw out or to unfold the powers of the mind. So you go into in the Latin, all right, it's ex ducier. Now ex goes into out, and ducier means to lead, okay? Or you go to it says to bring out, to lead forth, to bring up, to rear, all right, to bring up children, to train. That's why scriptures say we have to be like children, okay? We have to become as children, and as we're educated, we're this word is drawing out what's already in us, man, and that's why we're so dedicated, man. That's why there's a spirit that was within us, and This word is drawn out what's in us, man. And this is why, it's becoming natural for us to move like we move, because it was already in us, man. The elect are not of this world. Okay, let's go to Sirach 27 and and uh and 9. It said, the birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. Okay, so the truth is returning to those that begin to practice, okay, or go to rehearse those righteous acts through faith, because it was faith that sparked us to begin to rehearse these righteous acts, man. Faith from hearing this word. Okay, so let's go here, because even with Yahweh Shai, as the scripture always going to, Hebrews 12 and 2. Now this is in the GNT, okay, because Yahweh Shai was the example of faith. He had to showcase faith in the kingdom, man. Faith in the Father. Okay? So this is Hebrews 12 and 2. It said, let us keep our eyes fixed on Yahweh Shai, on whom our faith depends. And this is in the GNT. Hebrews 12 and 2 in the GNT. Let us keep our eyes fixed on Yahweh Shai, on whom our faith depends from beginning to end. He did not give up because of the cross. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he thought nothing of the disgrace of dying on the cross, as he is now seated at the right hand, or at the right side of the Most High's throne. So Yahweh Shai, he was compelled to follow through with the cross, because he knew, all right, what that was going to lead to, man. All right, he knew that we still had to go into slavery, transatlantic slave trade, the conquistadors conquering, the northern tribes that was over. He knew all that was going to happen, and he knew we was going to be destroyed as a people. Okay, but what he did, all right, he established a future grace period, all right, to where we will be able to showcase our faith, man. Okay, and to grow in righteousness, man. Okay, to show our dedication, man. And that was going to lead us, all right, to an everlasting kingdom. So Yahweh Shai, he showed that dedication first, and we come, and now we're drinking of that cup, okay, as we see the persecution getting revved up. But guess what? We got to have a joy that's beyond what we finna go through. We got to have a why. Everybody, you go to the motivation speakers, they always talk about the why. All right, Yahweh Shai had a why, and that was to see his people, beginning with the elect, beginning with those first fruits, okay, his brethren, okay, to have opportunity, okay, to come into an everlasting kingdom, man. You see, the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. So, I just want to go into that exhortation, and I end it here, because, as we grow in this truth, man, like we always say, our desires begin to change. The desires that we had of the world, okay, are passed away. Now we have desires as these new creatures, man. Now we're becoming the kingdom, man, promised. We're becoming that kingdom. Remember, the kingdom is within us, man. Okay? All right, this Psalms 37 and 4 said, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart, man. And that's why we take delight in this thing. How do we know we take delight in it? Your actions show. Okay? Our actions are showing. Lord will we endure. And even that's of Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai. We can't take credit for anything, man. All right? We're just stating, what is. And the Lord put the spirit on particular, all right, of his people, their remnant, to be dedicated in these times, man. Okay? To the point to where the elites, all right, they getting ready to try the deal, man. But we know how that turned out. All right, verse 5, it said, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, man. So our dedication and commitment, because you go into that word commit, okay? See if it give us some, that dedication, man, that perseverance. All right, let's go to Google. Let's see. That's a quick definition. You know. All right, so you go to commitment. All right, it says the state or quality of being dedicated, all right, to a cause, activity, etc. Okay, and you go to similar words as dedication, loyalty, okay, attentiveness, all right, a bond, faithfulness, devotion, all right, allegiance, you know. And as we reject this society, because it's gonna come to a time where we're gonna fully reject this society, because we're putting off this society day by day. You know, the script say the outward man perishes day by day, but the inward man is getting stronger day by day, man. So we're constantly dying, all right, every day. You know, the old man is dying off, man, and the new man is shedding through, you know, coming forth. You see? And we're going to fully have to denounce this kingdom when this man brings the sea hip. Okay? And that's going to be us making our full alliance with Yahweh Bashem Al Shah and the kingdom that he has promised to come, man. You know, so what we're doing is leading to great things, man. This dedication and loyalty is leading to great things, man. You know? So, yeah, I just want to put that out there, Lord, will you, brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. To the next time I say shalom. Kwam Yashala, Bible, DTA soon. Shalom.